Hey everyone, and welcome to Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast. My name is Jessica Fuentes, and I am a certified professional coach. I will be here every Saturday talking about transformation. How to transform those difficulties you encounter throughout your life into lessons. How can you transform that victim mindset into one of opportunity and growth? If you want to transform your life, the key is to learn and realize that you have everything you need within yourself. If you are looking for a safe place to find inspiration, motivation, and the tools to become empowered, then this is the podcast to listen to. This podcast is brought to you by my website, Empowered-SelfLove.com. Thank you for joining me every Saturday. And I want to thank you all for listening every week. Thank you for your support and for making Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast, part of your Saturday routine. I am extremely thankful and grateful for your warm welcome. My hope is to bring you the tools that enriches your life and that helps you become more empowered. So thank you for sharing with your friends and family, and let's continue to spread the knowledge and the inspiration. In this episode, I will be talking about detoxing yourself. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me this Saturday, and I wish for you to feel well, energetic, and ready for today's topic. Today, we're diving into another transformative journey. And that is the journey of detoxifying our minds and our lives from the traces of our past, of our limiting beliefs, and our outdated ideas and the destructive relationships that have held us back for so long. Imagine freeing yourself from these chains and stepping into a life that is full of potential and full of purpose. That is what we're here to discover and talk about today. So why detoxing yourself is so important and so crucial? Well, it is important because the weight of your past, the weight of your limiting beliefs, and those toxic relationships that you've had up until now are restraining you and preventing you from progressing and growing. J.P. Morgan said, the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you're not going to stay where you are. So what do I mean by a limiting belief? A limiting belief is a generalization, a stereotype, or an idea that you learned and accepted about yourself, about the world, or about other people. And then that belief limits you in some way. So let me give you a scenario on the importance of detoxing yourself and overcoming a limiting belief. Imagine Sarah. She's a talented artist who believes she's not good enough because in the past, one of her mentors constantly criticized her work. So this limiting belief that she learned from her mentor and she accepted as it being true is keeping her from showcasing her art and pursuing her passion. So, how can Sarah detox herself from that limiting belief? Well, the first step is for her to recognize and accept that there is, in fact, a limiting belief and that limiting belief is affecting her progression. The second step will be that she needs to challenge that belief and reframe her ways of seeing herself. She needs to reframe her thoughts. She can start to challenge it by asking herself questions such as, how true is it that I'm not a good enough artist? What evidence do I have that support that belief? How is that belief limiting me? How different would my life be if I were to believe in myself and believe that I am in fact a great artist? Lastly, Sarah should incorporate a positive affirmation, replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations. For example, she could say to herself, I am a skilled artist and my work is valuable. The benefits from all of this is that by detoxing herself from these beliefs, Sarah will experience a newfound confidence. She will start to share her art, and as a result, she will start to receive positive feedback and most likely land her first gallery show. So the liberation and empowerment that she will feel is life-changing. Now, let me give you a second scenario, and this one is around detoxing yourself from interpretations. In this scenario, John is a professional who clings to the idea that success only comes with a high salary. Despite his dissatisfaction in a high-paying job, he doesn't pursue his passion for teaching because he believes that since he's not going to get paid well for being a teacher, therefore, that is not a successful career and profession. So it's important to define what is an interpretation. An interpretation is a story, it's an opinion, or a judgment that you create about an event, a situation, a person, or an experience, and you believed it to be true. So how can John detox himself from this interpretation that he made? What strategy can John use to detox himself from that interpretation? Well, first, he needs to engage in a self-reflection to understand what true success means to him, not to his parents or to society or to the story or opinion he made up with regards to the meaning of success. Second, he should challenge that idea. He should ask himself questions like, what is another way to look at success? What else might be going on inside of me when I associate success with a high-paying job? What might be some other possible interpretations regarding the meaning of success? He can also research and find role models that prove that success can be related to working on what you feel passionate about. Lastly, John should give it a shot. He can experiment and reevaluate his view by testing the waters and go and get a teaching job during the weekends. He could teach a workshop, for example. And by doing so, he might find that teaching is an incredibly fulfilling career. So the benefit behind this approach is that John will restore his concept of success, and that will lead him to a more satisfying career in education. His quality of life will most likely improve, and then he will feel deeply fulfilled. Now, let me give you a last scenario, and this one is related to detoxing yourself from destructive relationships. Now, let's say Maria is in a relationship where she is constantly undermined and put down. This emotional toxicity is preventing her personal growth and her happiness. So how can she detox herself from this destructive relationship? Well, the first step for her will be to establish boundaries. This way, Maria can break the cycle and protect her emotional well-being. Second, she should seek support from a professional because reaching out to a therapist or a coach can help her in her process, and that will make her become more aware of her worth and even help her realize that she can gain control over her life, over her personal growth, and over her happiness. Lastly, she will need to make the courageous action and choose to end the toxic relationship, because now she will come with the understanding that it is necessary for her mental health, her well-being, and her personal growth. The benefit behind this approach is that Maria will free herself from the destructive relationship, and therefore she will blossom. She will be able to rediscover her self-worth and her confidence, and now she will be open for healthier and more supportive relationships. As you notice on all the three scenarios that I discussed, detoxing from our past and negative influences will bring out a profound empowerment and liberation.
Jim Rohn states, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So by cleansing our environment and our mind, we elevate our lives significantly. Limiting beliefs, interpretations, and toxic relationships are like invisible chains because they hold us back from reaching our true potential. By recognizing and releasing these negative influences, we pave the way for personal growth and fulfillment. Anytime you feel you cannot progress, or you caught yourself saying things such as, I don't deserve that promotion, or I don't think I'll ever find a good life partner, or I won't ever have financial stability, or anything along the lines of I'm not good enough. It's your sign. That is your sign that it is time for a detox. Stop yourself and ask yourself, who put those ideas in my mind? How true are these ideas? And challenge the thoughts and the situation. So for better results, you can follow these 5 steps to detox and to move forward. Number 1, self-evaluation. Begin with a detailed self-evaluation to pinpoint what needs detoxing. Number 2, educate yourself. Read empowering books. For instance, you can read the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book offers a profound insight into living a liberated life. Number 3, formulate a plan. Create a step-by-step plan to address and remove each negative influence. Number 4, implement changes. Slowly but surely, gradually implement your plan and monitor your progress. You need to be accountable. Number 5, stay positive. Stay committed to a positive mindset and surround yourself with uplifting influences. So, we are approaching to the end of the episode, and I'd like to give you the 5 takeaways from this episode. Number 1, recognize and accept. Identify the beliefs, the ideas, and the relationships that are holding you back from progression. Number 2, challenge and reframe. Make yourself empowering questions such as, how true is it that I can't do X or Y? Or, what is a different way of seeing the situation? Or maybe you can ask yourself, what is really behind this idea or belief of mine? And then when you get your answers, you can reframe these limiting factors to gain a fresh perspective. Number 3, seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out to a professional and trusted individuals for guidance. There is nothing wrong. Even the highest executives and the most successful people have coaches and have gone to therapy. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. Number 4, set boundaries. And here, I mention them again. Protect your emotional and mental space by setting healthy boundaries. Number 5, take action. Make the necessary changes, no matter how scary they might be. Commit to continual self-improvement. So, my dear friends, detoxing from the chains of your past, your limiting beliefs, your interpretations, outdated ideas, and destructive relationships is not just an option. It's a necessary way of fulfilling your life, because by taking these steps, you embark on a journey towards freedom, empowerment, and unprecedented personal growth. As you move forward, remember the words from Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it is done.
If you feel that this is a message you connected with, I am very glad and happy that this will be the beginning of an extraordinary journey of transformation and empowerment for you. So remember that we have a date every Saturday. You can't miss the next episode in which I will be talking about
mistakes.
Thank you for listening to today's episode, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that it brought some perspective as well as hope. If there is any particular topic you would like me to discuss, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email at jessica.fuentes@empowered Empowered-SelfLove.com. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me there as Empowered-SelfLove. I also encourage you to visit my webpage, Empowered-SelfLove.com, and explore more about what coaching is all about. In the Services tab, you can sign in for the free discovery session, which is only available on Wednesdays. During the discovery session, I will explain everything you need to know about coaching, the type of coaching I specialize in, and the packages I have available for you. You can find all the links on the episode's notes. Remember, if you like this content or thought of somebody that could benefit from it, please share it with your friends and family. Remember that we have a date every Saturday, and I can't wait for us to meet again. See you next week!